On this tour, we're having so much fun. It's kind of like being young teenagers again.
I know you feel like you're all alone, but I feel it too.
Just being in like a group with your mates and like a good crew is just like really enjoyable.
Come on, let the good times roll.
I had a feeling it would be a lot of kind of like shitty motels and roadside diner type of vibes, and like that I actually looked forward to that type of stuff.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Your opinion of touring changes like as you go. Like when I was like 17 or 18, when we were first getting going and stuff, like I loved the camaraderie of just like everyone throwing their clothes in a suitcase, jumping into a van and kind of like living out of the van and living out of a suitcase for a couple of weeks. That was like the coolest thing in the world when I was younger.
What's your pre-show ritual?
Pace round, cry in the bathroom.
I think with touring you start to normalize it so much, it just becomes your way of life. You're a traveling musician now. The energy of the shows and the love in the room and all that kind of thing, that is definitely what I was craving.
I want you, I want you, I want you. I know that you're different.
I think my favourite moment of the shows so far have been that I haven't known what my favourite moment was going to be. So like in Glasgow, I love how they like do crazy chants. Then Manchester, there was like a guy wearing a KFC bucket and that got involved in the gig. And I think we react and they kind of make the gig special. So like stuff like that, the stuff that's unprepared.
There's a moment at the end of Northern Boy where Craig kind of reaches for this note and the band all swell back in behind him, and it just has this big sort of euphoric feeling.
Sometimes you do sing along in Bear Claws. Craig gets everybody doing like the sing along with the Ayo, and that's where I get to like the first kind of moment I get to actually hear the crowd full voice. I love that. And then the very end where I get to go ham on the drums.
The intro and the walkout going into Super Like. That thing of walking out and seeing the venue full for the first time and everyone singing along straight away to Super Like, that's a cool moment.
I think when we made the debut album and released it, that was like the kind of the moment where we went and played some gigs and people were singing back all the time and were interested in songs that weren't just singles.
It is just mad. Sometimes you just get that moment where like you see the crowd going absolutely mental, and I just look up and see everyone crazy singing the songs. You're like, this is actually mental that I get to do this.
We want to make music that we like first of all, because that's where it begins. It begins like inside, between the four of us. And then naturally our kind of mission and what we want people to feel off it is enjoyment and satisfaction.
Definitely to not make the same album twice. We really don't want to do that. Just to kind of experiment and try new sounds, try new things.
Because there's already kind of hints of it there when we play like Aftertaste and Super Like. You're already starting to feel like what the album number 2 show could be.
We're writing about what we're seeing, a lot of stories from the road, and we've all experienced changes, and I think that's what the next kind of chapter will be about.
I think the idea is just to release another album that we like and that we think works, and wherever it takes us, as long as we're like proud of it and we dig it.
We are going to try and push ourselves musically and kind of see where that goes, and if that develops further, great. If it doesn't, it's all good.